much. Hi there, it's the Vikstrand again, and I'm gonna let you in a little secret of mine, or people who knows me knows this. I goes into movies dumbfounded. I have no idea about anything. Seriously, I never see any twists coming. I can almost never predict how a movie is going to end unless it is bad. Then I can do it, and that is a big slap on the face of that movie. You're a bad movie. If I hadn't read Lord of the Rings before going in to see the movie, I would have assumed, I would have been surprised to find that Grima Wormtongue was evil, despite him looking like this and having that name instead of looking like, well, you know, the other guys of Rohan. But enough about Lord of the Rings. Let's talk a little bit about a thing that does bother me a little bit about this movie, and the fact that I could see the twist and turn and where this was coming from the movie The Crimson Peak. This is one of the snags I have about the movie Crimson Peak. I saw the twists coming. I saw where it was going. Despite this, I really like this movie. Let's take a look why. Buffalo, New York, the 1880s. Mia Wasikowska plays Edith. She's an inspiring author, and she is brought up by her dad alone because her mother died when she was young, but mom isn't done with her yet. She comes and visits her from beyond the grave and keeps a, let's say, an eye on her. So she meets a handsome stranger, Thomas Sharp, played by Tom Hiddleston, of course, and after tragedy strikes again and she's left alone, she marries him and moves away with him, and his disapproving sister, Lucille, played by Jessica Chastain, they move into their enormous mansion, and after that, let the haunting begin! Right off the bat, I hate haunted movies. I hate supernatural movies. I absolutely loathe them. But here it does work. Why? Because let's take a look at why these movies really don't work. One, they're mostly made on fairly low budgets. They are usually made with incompetent idiots, with bad actors, or very uninteresting actors in front of the camera. Now, if you remove those three things, you get Crimson Peak. Still with some problems, still with some tropes, still with some cliches. However, when you have Guillermo del Toro at the helm, and when you have Jessica Chastain and Tom Hiddleston in your movie, then you're gonna be fine. But the backbone of what all horror movies should rely on is atmosphere. If you have a good atmosphere, then you can get away with a lot of stuff, I say. The setting, the entire mansion is one of the most amazing sets I've seen in my entire life. It is so well put together, it's almost like its own character. You're getting so immersed in this set that you sort of, wow, this set is just so amazing. Oh, ghost, Jesus Christ. This movie doesn't rely on jump scares for the most part. When you do the mix of practical effects and CGI, then you get sort of this weird thing where you think, wait, was that real? Was that CGI? And then you're able to more suspend your disbelief than, you know, crappy CGI. Great actors, even though Mia Wasikowska is definitely the lesser great talent of our three main characters. This movie also benefits greatly from where usually horror movies come to die, the third act. I was surprised how good a third act this was. This is when the movie, you know, really stepped up, and the truth are revealed, even though I saw them coming. But it's used effectively to tell the story. The script isn't amazing or anything. It is an okay script. The dialogue isn't amazing. It's pretty good. But what it is, this is a visual experience. This is, for my part, the most gorgeous movie that Guillermo del Toro has ever made. And you do know what movies he has made in the past. So then you know exactly how amazing this one looks. And it's always, of course, fun to have Bern Gorman having, another run and as another weird character. I was never really scared when I saw this movie. You're sort of always uneasy, and also very important thing that you care about the characters. Now, the movie has flaws. I've mentioned them before. A little too predictable, not exactly revolutionary stuff happening, but you could argue that it doesn't really matter that much because this is such an amazing experience. I mean, the snow, the blood on snow, the epic sets, all of these things adds up and proves that you can make a big budget, good old-fashioned horror movie without the use of gore and carnage. Basically, this movie has a lot of blood in it, but it doesn't rely on the carnage side of the thing. You have to give Guillermo del Toro props for that. The incredibly strong third act lifts the movie up from an otherwise sort of lackluster start and brings it to the next level, the great level. If you are sick and tired of low budget, dumb, uninteresting horror movies and want to see something that looks a little bit more old-fashioned but still is made, on this side of the millennium, this is a great movie. If you really like, these Saw movies or The Unborn or The Devil Inside, this is not the movie for you. This is not one of the best horror movies that has been made post 2000s, but that was a jump sneeze. Oh, Jesus. If you like Guillermo del Toro's movies but have skipped this one, then I should suggest that you unskip it and see it. It's a really fun time and a bit scary time at the movies, and always heed the warning. Beware of Crimson Peak. Would you like to know why this movie got a solid 75? Well, here's a couple of reasons. A great third act always helps to bring the rating up. This is a really solid movie, really solid performances, good effects, amazing sets. Granted, a little bit predictable, but the visual spectacle gets this a solid 75. This is the Wikstrand signing out.